Okay, Assalamualaikum and very good afternoon. Okay, back to our business. Foundation of Finance. Topic number 5. Alright, can you see this diagram here? Boleh nampak diagram di belakang? Okay, hari itu kita dah bincangkan berkaitan dengan capital structure. Still remember what is the component of capital in the business? Okay, kita ada preferred stock here, and then common stock, and then debt, and the another one is retained earning. Okay. Now we have finished with the debt component. Soalan saya, my question is, apakah contoh hutang? What is the example of debt in the business? Anyone? Ada siapa-siapa nak respon? Apakah contoh hutang di dalam perniagaan? What is the just one example debt in the company? Yes, contohnya adalah bond. Okay, we have discussed about the bond. Ini dah habis. Now we're going to jump with preferred stock and common stock. Preferred stock dan common stock ini kita panggil apa? Dua ini kita panggil apa? We're not going to discuss about the bank loan, Lisa. Now we are in capital structure. We're only going to discuss about the bond here. Alright, dua ini kita panggil equity. Okay, bagus. Nadira. Okay, my next question. Di manakah equity, bermaksud preferred stock and common stock ni, are traded, diperdagangkan? Di manakah preferred stock, saham keutamaan, and common stock ini diperdagangkan? Di pasaran apa? Kita cakap capital market. Aina di pasaran saham lah, capital market. Okay, di bursa saham ataupun capital market. Okay. Alright. What is the 4 or 5 characteristic of the capital market? Apakah 3, 4 atau 5 apa tu? Ciri-ciri pasaran modal. Yes, long term, high risk, low liquidity, low marketability, and high return. Dah pandai semua dah. Okay, maksud kita ulang dan kita akan lekat lah. So, apakah ciri-ciri pasaran wang? Okay, ada satu lagi pasaran. The another market is the money market. Tak apalah, kita ulang lah walaupun tahu sebaliknya. Short term, and then low risk, low return, High marketability and high liquidity. Okey, semua dah pandai dah. Okey. Maksud kita ulang, saya akan ulang-ulang macam ni sampai you all bosan dan akhirnya lekat di kepala. Okey. So, sekarang kita dah settle with the debt or aka bond. Okay. And the another part is preferred stock and common stock. Okay, preferred stock and common stock. Dan satu lagi saya nak tanya. The claimant ranking, claim on asset in case of the company bankrupt. What is the ranking of the claim on the company asset? Debt, followed by, kalau ada lebih, if any extra after we pay all the debts, then we pay for preferred stock. Good. If any another extra, then we pay to the common stock. Okay. Bermaksud ranking, the claimant's ranking, claim on the asset in case of the company bankrupt, we must settle all the debt first. Okay. Settle all the debt first. Jika ada lebih, if any extra, then we pay to the preferred stock. And if any another extra, then we pay for common stock. Kalau kita dah bayar debt dan there are no more money, okay, left, then preferred stock tak akan dapat lah. Dan juga common stock tak akan dapat. So, kalau you nampak, okay, back to the claim on asset. Claim on asset. Okay, debt first and followed by the preferred stock and then common stock here. Boleh nampak kan ni kan? Okay, kalau if you can see here, preferred stock is in the between of debt and common share here. Okay, kalau anda nampak, debt, preferred stock adalah berada di antara debt dan juga common stock. Okay, dia ada di tengah-tengah. So, secara gambarannya, preferred stock here, dia mempunyai ciri-ciri debt dan juga mempunyai ciri-ciri common stock. Okay, preferred stock here, the characteristic of preferred stock here is the combinations of the characteristic of debt plus the characteristic of common share. Dia mempunyai ciri-ciri, sedikit ciri-ciri debt dan sedikit ciri-ciri common share. Ataupun kita panggil dia di sini adalah hybrid security. Panggil dia sini hybrid security. Okay, security hybrid. Bermaksud dia ada ciri-ciri X dan juga ciri-ciri Y di sini. Okay. Ada soalan setakat tu? Any question? Boleh ikut setakat ni? Okay, sebab you all sekarang ni lebih senang lukis daripada tulis. Okay, boleh nampak sini? Alright, kalau tak ada soalan. Okay, kalau tak ada soalan, we start with the definition of the preferred stock. What is actually the preferred stock? Okay, preferred stock is the hybrid security. Anda cakap tadi. Preferred stock ni adalah security hybrid ataupun hybrid security. The combination of debt characteristic and common stock characteristic. Apa cirinya? Kemudian dia, bila kita, when we talking about the long term, Okay, when we talking about the long term, it has no maturity date. It has no maturity date. The dividend fixed in amount. When you see here, bila you nampak perkataan ini, no, alamak tak jalan. No maturity date. When you see no maturity date, apa teknik? What is the technique in the time value of money that we're going to use to measure the preferred stock? Okay. Kalau if in bond valuation, we use annuity. Okay, we use annuity. Alright, tak apa, good try there. Okay, when we value the bond in the bond valuation, we use annuity. What is the definition of annuity? Annuity is a series of equal payment for specific date. We know already when the bond maturity. Okay, we know specifically the date or the term, the duration of the bond. For example, 5 years bond, 20 years bond, 30 years bond, and blah, blah, blah. But when we're talking about the equity here, preferred stock and common stock, preferred stock and common stock, there are no maturity date. Apa maksudnya? Selagi mana, as long as the company exists, the preferred stock and the common stock does. Okay, bermaksud selagi mana syarikat itu wujud, maka common stock dan juga preferred stock ni akan wujud. Selagi mana? Kita pun tak tahu berapa lama sesebuah syarikat itu boleh wujud. Ada syarikat yang wujud beberapa tahun, kemudian bankrupt. Ada syarikat yang lama wujud, berpuluh tahun. Ada syarikat yang hampir mungkin dah beratus tahun sampai sekarang. Kalau anda pergi pada sejarah penubuhan HSBC Bank, HSBC dah lama wujud. Kalau anda tengok apa sekarang, KFC, McDonald dah lama wujud. Dan kita tak tahu berapa lama lagi KFC, McDonald akan wujud. So, kita boleh katakan ianya tidak mempunyai tarikh matang. Selagi mana syarikat itu wujud, maka preferred stock, common stock atau kita panggil equity ini akan wujud. So, there are no maturity date. So, kita akan guna apa, Mas Sarah? Kita akan guna perpetuity. Okay, yang seterusnya. Dividend are fixed. Ini adalah ciri-ciri bond. Okay, tadi saya cakap the hybrid security kan, the combination of ciri-ciri bond and common stock. This is the ciri-ciri common stock. No maturity date is the ciri-ciri for the common stock. The dividend are fixed. Okay, dividend tetap adalah ciri-ciri bond. Okay, macam bond hari tu kita tengok, what is the characteristic of bond is the fixed coupon rate. Apabila bond itu mula diterbitkan, when bond issued, they are fixed already the interest rate or coupon rate. Okay, no matter the economic condition up and down dan sebagainya, the dividend fix. Okay, tak kira keadaan ekonomi naik atau turun, pengeluar bond dan pengeluar preferred stock akan membayar kadar faedah atau kadar kupon, kadar yang tetap, pada kadar yang tetap. No matter what the economic condition, up and down, the issuer, the bond issuer and the preferred stock issuer must pay the fixed dividend. Okay, fixed interest rate. Okay, setakat itu ada soalan? Any question? This is formula apa ni? What is this? What's this formula? Siapa faham? Siapa tahu? Ini formula apa? Anyone? In the time value of money. Ini formula apa? In the time value of money. Ini formula apa? Yes, this is the perpetuity formula. This is the perpetuity formula. Sebab tu saya kata you kena faham time value of money. Okay? Because we're going to apply the theory, the philosophy of the time value of money here. Okay? Start here and onward, we're going to apply the time value of money principle. Ini kalau tak boleh jawab, ini memang kiamat lah. Okay? Okay, ini dah. The return from preferred stock come in the form dividend and most preferred stock are perpetuity. Nampak ni? Perpetuity. Okay, nampak ni? The perpetuity. The value of preferred stock is the present value of all future dividend and dividends continue to infinity. Okay, nampak lah? Hari tu mungkin Syamil yang cakap perkataan infinity. Boleh? Okay. Kita nak tengok sama ada dah kiamat ke belum. Buat benda ni. Okay. Try to calculate this one. Barulah kita nak tengok siapa dah sampai hari kiamat, siapa yang belum sampai hari kiamat lagi. HD preferred stock pay 8% dividend on a 50 par value. Suppose your required rate of return and HD preferred stock is 9%. What is the value of HD preferred stock? Siapa pandai kira? Boleh? Dapat jawapan? Any problem? Pandai. Right? Okay, dah pandai sangat kita buat ini. Exercise. Please calculate the value of preferred stock that pay a dividend 6 ringgit per share and your required rate of return is 12%. Nak panggil nama ke? Tak payah panggil lah. Okay. Okay, berapa? Question number 1. RM6, 12%. RM? Come on. Pandai. RM50 here. Okay, question number 2. Soalan nombor 2. Value of preferred stock where the dividend dividend. Ada komputer. Dividend rate 14 and 100 ringgit per value. The appropriate discount rate stock 12%. Okay, 116.67. Boleh dapat? Senang kan? Alright, saya nak tanya balik, how you make decision, how you compare required return and expected rate of return in decision making. Bagaimanakah anda membandingkan kadar pulangan dijangka dan kadar pulangan perlu dalam proses pembuatan keputusan? How you compare required rate of return and expected rate of return in decision making process. Okay, sama ada anda buat decision to accept or decision to reject. Expected rate of return higher than the required rate of return, we accept. Okay. Atau sebaliknya, if the expected rate of return lower than required rate of return, we reject. Okay, dah pandai lah. Okay, bagus. Now, we try to calculate the expected rate of return. Oh, sorry. Formula to calculate the expected rate of return for preferred stock is here. Annual dividend and the market price. Annual dividend and the market price. Ini dah pandai kan? When the expected rate of return higher than or greater than, whatever dah perkataan yang digunakan, higher than, greater than the required rate of return, and then we accept. Or here we buy the stock. Okay, ingat ni. Takkan nak ulang lagi. When the expected rate of return is higher than or greater than or bigger than, whatever lah perkataan dia guna, required rate of return, you should accept. You should choose or you should buy the stock. Atau sebaliknya, keadaannya sebaliknya berlaku, when the expected rate of return lower than or smaller than required rate of return, then we reject. Okay, we choose to not buy, for example. Okay, faham tu? Alright, bagus. Pandai semua lah. Okay, kita cuba ini. Contoh, the preferred stock price RM40 and the preferred dividend RM4.125. What is your expected rate of return? So kita ambil RM4.125 over 40 and the expected rate of return is 10.3. Okay, 10.3. So the next question is, if your required rate of return 11%, okay, given this price, should you buy or not to buy the stock, the preferred stock? Okay, we shouldn't buy. You mesti bagi justification ini. We shouldn't buy. Because of what? Because the expected rate of return is lower than 10.3% required rate of return, which is 11% here, state 11%. So dia di bawah daripada kadar minimum yang kita perlukan, so kita reject. Sampai sekarang saya harap you faham apa maksud expected rate of return. What is the meaning of required rate of return? Senang kan? Okey. Pandai sangat. Kita cuba ini. Okay, gurau-gurau. Okay, please calculate the expected rate of return preferred stock here. Yang mana this preferred stock pay RM1.95 and then sell for 42.16. The second one currently sell for 38.5 and then dividend pay 3.25 per share. The second one is CMC preferred stock currently sell for 75.8 and then dividend pay for 5.5 per share. What is your expected rate of return? And then given here 7% required rate of return, buy or not buy? Okay, accept or reject. Okay, kali ni saya akan panggil okay, Syamil dah cepat sangat. Tak apa. Tak apa, bagi jawapan je lah. A, 1A. Tak apa, tak apa. Carry on, carry on. 1A. In percentage. In percentage. Sebab kita nak kira expected rate of return. Expected rate of return should be in percentage. You letak dalam percentage. Okay, B. $4.125 over 42.16. Okay, lagi. Okay, yang terakhir sekali. Buy or not buy? Okay, 8.44%, alright. Okay, the decision, the last one. If your required rate of return 7%, should you buy the stock? Beli atau tidak beli? Okey. Itulah tadi dah cakap lah tadi. Okey, tengok sini. Apabila expected rate of return greater than required rate of return here, buy the stock. Jika kadar pelanggan dijangka lebih besar daripada kadar pelanggan perlu, kita akan beli. Tetapi in case when expected rate of return lower than required rate of return, we reject. Okay, we shouldn't buy.
Faham doktor. Tak apalah. Fokus sikit tadi.
Okay. Dah. Habis. Sudah kan? Dah any question? Ada soalan? Okay, kalau tak ada soalan, kita akan pergi balik sini. Okay, sini sini dah Okay, settle here. Okay, dah. Kita dah selesai dengan dua, debt and preferred stock. And now we are in common stock here. Sekarang kita di sini, common stock. Back to the claimant ranking. Debt, if any extra, we pay preferred stock. If any another extra, we pay to the common stock. So kita dah tahu tadi one of the characteristic of common share, which is in the preferred stock characteristic. Apa ciri dia? There has no maturity date. Dia tidak ada tempoh matang. So selagi mana syarikat itu wujud, maka common stock ini akan wujud. Lama mana syarikat wujud, we cannot determine exactly, precisely berapa lama, how long the company going to exist. Okay, balik kepada definisi common stock here. Common stock is variable income security, represent the ownership in corporations. So kita dah tengok benda ni dulu in the very first chapter. Soalan saya dulu, who is the true owner of the company? Ingat lagi? Soalan saya dulu, saya pernah tanyakan, who is the true owner of the company? Siapakah pemilik sebenar bagi sesebuah syarikat? The pemilik sebenar, the true owner is the shareholder. Who is the shareholder? Who buy the common stock? Pemegang saham ni lah, pemegang saham biasa. Okay, pemegang saham, pembeli common stock ni, the common stock holder is the shareholder. Yes, yang beli saham biasa yang terbanyak inilah akan menjadi the true owner of the company. Okay, sebenarnya dia tak kisah beli banyak ataupun sedikit, as long as dia hold the security, dia beli saham biasa tersebut. Okay, berapa banyak is depend. Berapa banyak hanya menentukan the power of the shareholder. Okay, maksudnya kalau dia beli saham biasa itu banyak, maka dia have more power in control the company. Okay, kalau dia beli sikit pun, dia juga adalah the true owner of the company. Okay, kalau dia pegang banyak, kita akan tengok dalam dalam mesyuarat agung nanti. in the general meeting, annual general meeting, AGM, bermaksud the majority shareholder, they're going to have more power in decision making in the AGM, in the annual general meeting. Maksudnya siapa yang pegang saham banyak, dia boleh melantik, appoint themselves atau melantik orang lain, melantik diri sendiri atau melantik orang lain as the nominee bagi mewakili dirinya di dalam syarikat tersebut. Tak kira dia pegang banyak ke dia pegang sikit, he or she is still the owner of the company. Cuma kalau dia pegang banyak, she or he have more power in decision making, in control the company. Okay, the next one is the dividend may increase or decrease depend on the profits. Okay. Kalau anda bandingkan, if you still remember, if you compare with the bond and preferred stock, bond and the preferred stock, the dividend fixed. Dividendnya tetap. Okay. The company makes profit or the company in the loss situation, tak kisah. Okay. Dia kena bayar as a promise in the indenture, ataupun kita panggil itu adalah perjanjian yang telah ditandatangani between the bondholder and the bond issuer. Okay. The dividend are fixed in preferred stock and in bond. But in the common stock, the dividend payment actually depend on the performance of the company. If the company generate more profits, they're going to pay more dividend. If the company in the loss situations, the dividend also lower. Or for some time, there are no dividend payout. Okay, kalau syarikat rugi, dividen juga akan jadi rendah, atau board of the director boleh buat keputusan untuk tidak membayar apa-apa dividen. Okay, kalau tengok sini, dividend payment declared by the board of the director, BOD. Macam saya cakap tadi lah, BOD ni shareholder kalau dia pegang saham majority, dia boleh lantik BOD, melantik diri sendiri, okay, appoint themselves as the chairman, appoint themselves as the board of director, or nominate somebody else represent the majority shareholder in the board of the director. Okay, board of the director ni kuasa dia, the power of board of the director, board of director ni, they can declare how much, what dividend percentage. Okay, if the company generate more money, they will absolutely pay more dividend. When the company in trouble, okay, they pay low or no dividend. Okay, and the other one, no maturity date. No maturity date. Tidak ada tempoh matang. Okay. Mean it exists, mean the common stock exists as long as the firm does. Okay. Selagi mana syarikat itu wujud, maka common share ini juga akan wujud. Okay, the priority ni, inilah tadi. The priority is after bond and after preferred stock. Priority dia ada yang ketiga ni. Mana lower than bond and preferred stock. Okay. Dia punya priority, claimant priority here, common stock here. Okay. In case of the company bankrupt, first They pay debt if any extra, kalau ada lebih, and then they pay for preferred stock, and if any another extra, they pay for common stock. Kalau tak dah bayar debt and preferred stock ni dah habis semua, maka common stock ni tak dapat lah. And then ciri-ciri dia lagi, claim on income ni dah cakap sekejap tadi. Claim on income, as the owner of the corporation, the common stockholder have the right to residual income after bondholder and preferred stockholder have been paid. Okay, the claim on income ni dia ranking nombor 3. Okay, in the third ranking. Claim and asset also residual claim on asset liquidation juga ada di tempat yang ketiga. Okay, selepas we pay debt and we pay preferred stock, and then baru kita bayar kepada common stock. Voting right yang saya cakap tadi, voting right in the AGM. Only common stock holder have priority, have voting right in the AGM, in the annual general meeting. Okay. Debt ni penghutang, dia bukan pemilik, dia penghutang. Preferred stock ni juga dia separuh penghutang, separuh pemilik. Okay. Tak ada tempoh matang, ada maksudnya orang yang melabur dalam saham tu perlu membayar. Oh, terbalik. Okay, terbalik. Aina terbalik. Bukan pelabur yang membayar. Okay. Bukan investor yang membayar. Di sini in case, dalam kes ini, syarikat yang akan membayar. Okay. Syarikat yang akan membayar dividen atau tidak membayar dividen kepada pemegang saham biasa. Okay. Dalam kes membayar ni, kita melabur bermaksud kita membeli saham syarikat tersebut. Sama ada kita beli secara langsung atau kita beli secara tidak langsung. Maksudnya secara tidak langsung ni kita ke Bursa Malaysia, ke capital market, dan kita beli di sana. Okay. Kita beli je lah macam kita beli, siapa ada sini saham, amanah saham. Okay. Mutual fund, amanah saham. Siapa ada di sini yang membeli mutual fund ataupun amanah saham yang you dengar seperti permodalan, yes, permodalan nasional berhad, seperti ASB, ASN, public mutual funds, amanah saham wawasan, amanah saham didik, macam tu kan. Kita membayar ke? Tak kan, kita tak membayar. Bermaksud tiap-tiap tahun PNB or ASB or ASN or mana saham wawasan whatsoever akan memberi kita dividen based on the performance. Okay, based on the performance of the mutual fund. Kalau mutual fund tersebut buat untung, okay, ekonomi bagus, PNB buat untung besar, so kita akan dapat dividen. Dividennya up and down kan, up and down based on the performance of the amanah saham. Macam tu lah. Okay. Cuma amanah saham kita tak melabur, we not invest direct to the Bursa Malaysia. Kita beli saham sikit-sikit melalui PNB, and then PNB invest in the Bursa Malaysia. Okay, selamat tak selamat ni kita balik kepada you all punya risk perception. Okay, kita pernah bincangkan risk and return kan, risk and return. Okay, risk and return. Maksud selamat di sini tidak ada risiko. Bergantung kepada sama ada you adalah risk averse or risk takers. Okay. Kalau selamat, kalau quote include alif kata selamat. Selamat bermaksud low risk. So apa alif akan expect? Low risk and low return. Yes. Macam ASB itulah. Low return lah. 5%, 6%. Kalau ini COVID situation lagi ni, ekonomi tak bergerak, okay, ekonomi lockdown, so what you can expect from ASB return? So might be lower than 5% for this year return. Kalau you nak high risk, you go direct to the Bursa Malaysia. Beli terus saham di Bursa Malaysia. Okay, high risk kan? High risk. Macam you dengar tak handsome tak apa, janji kaya. Okay, pulangan RM1,000 dan sebagainya. Melabur di Bursa Malaysia. Itu dia punya apa dia tagline untuk ajak orang melabur di Bursa Malaysia. Okay, melabur di Malaysia berisiko tinggi. Okay, berisiko tinggi. Tetapi dia punya pulangan juga adalah tinggi. Okay. Atau itu pulangan yang positif lah, pulangan yang tinggi. Dia boleh jadi pulangan yang negatif, pulangan rendah. Jadi anda kena buat apa? Hari itu saya cakap anda kena buat apa? Kita harus membina how to control the risk. Kan kita ada tengok graf tu kan? Ada risk kita panggil systematic and unsystematic risk. How to reduce the risk? Yes, kita guna portfolio. Kan saya buat bulat-bulat hari tu, bulat-bulat kan? Kita guna portfolio, kepelbagaian, mempelbagaikan kita punya pelaburan. Ada risiko yang kita boleh control and ada risiko is out of our control. Okay. Kita dah bincangkan benda tu kan hari tu. Alright, boleh kita sambung. Itu selingan je lah. Okay, ada lagi. Sorry. Preemptive right. The entitled of common share maintain the proportion of ownership in the firm when new share is issued. Common share have the first right of refusal. Bermaksud kalau ada saham baru, kita dah ada saham sedia ada. Ini is the apa ni kita cakap? Kita dah beli saham tersebut dan ada saham syarikat tu nak menerbitkan saham lagi, kita ada preemptive right. Maksudnya kita ada hak untuk membeli terlebih dahulu ataupun hak untuk menolak terlebih dahulu. Maka kita akan dapat tapak untuk membeli saham itu terlebih awal lah berbanding orang luar di sana. Dan satu lagi, one of the characteristic of the common share here is limited liability. Limited liability ni kita dah bincang in the very first chapter. Apa maksudnya? Maksudnya in case of bankruptcy, syarikat itu bankrupt, maka pelabur tadi, the investor, the shareholder hanya hilang ataupun hanya rugi setakat jumlah yang dilaburkan atau jumlah saham biasa yang dibeli saja. Not involve personal property. Okay, tak termasuk harta peribadi. Okay, hilang setakat ataupun rugi setakat jumlah modal yang dilaburkan sahaja. Tidak melibatkan harta peribadi. Okay. Ini dia punya ni lah. Common stock value equal to the present value of the expected cash flow to be received by the stockholders. Okay. Common stock is the present value. Apa maksud present value hari tu? Maksudnya dia patah balik ke belakang lah. Present value. Atau kita panggil the process of discounting. Okay. The expected cash flow consists of two elements. Number one, dividend expected in each year and the price of investor expect to be received when they sell the stock. Okay, maksud dia ada dua lah. Hari tu pun kita kira bond pun ada dua hari tu. Okay, kalau tengok bond hari tu pun ada dua. Bond hari tu pun ada two parts. Kalau anda pernah ingat bond hari tu, IPVIFA, the first part, and the second part is the MPVIF. Okay, this is the formula of bond valuation. This is the formula of bond valuation. IPVIFA, this is the first part. Okay, this is the first part, and this is the second part. Kan, ingat kan formula dia itu kan? Common stock valuation also ada dua part. Part 1 and part 2. Okay, jadi you akan nampak lebih kurang macam ni lah. Okay, dia punya formula. Jadi kita tengok. Okay, type of common stock valuation ada single holding period. Okay, the second one is multiple holding period. Yeah, you ready? Oh, sekarang pukul berapa? 15.30, pukul 3.30. Okay, kita tengok sikit. Dalam 15-20 minit. Okay, single holding period. Apa maksud single holding period? Investor hold common stock for only 1 year. Single holding period. Saya ada semut. Single holding period, investor hold common stock only for 1 year. Okay, only for 1 year. The value of stock should equal to the present value of both the expected dividend in year 1. Saya nak tunjuk sini ya. Bagi perhatian kepada sini. Ni year 1. Sorry. In year 1. Bagi perhatian pada sini. We going to use D1. The value of stock should equal the present value of both the expected dividend in year 1, or in bracket D1, and the anticipated market price of the share at year end, ataupun kita panggil di situ adalah P1. Okay, tengok sini ya. So, valuation common stock. Valuation common stock, VCS. D1 itu dividend year 1. Okay, D1 1 plus KS. Okay. Plus P1. Okay. You akan nampak macam ni lah. Ini part 1, part 2. Okay. Dividend. This is the dividend. D1 is the dividend. And this is the price of year 1. Okay. Price in the year 1, 1 plus I ataupun 1 plus K. For example, common stock expected to pay. Saya buat garisan sikit lah. Nanti kita akan tengok lah apa sebab saya buat garisan. Expected to pay. A common stock expected to pay 5.5 dividend next year. a common stock expected to pay 5.5 dividend next year, and the market price projected 120 by year end. If the investor required rate of return, faham kan what is the required rate of return? If the investor required rate of return 15%, what is the current value of the stock? What is the current value of the stock? So here D1, here D1, 1 plus I, sorry, 1 plus K, kita guna K sini, 1 plus K, 15 here, 15%. And P1, price, 120, and 1 plus I, or 1 plus K here is 15%. So the dividend of next year dividend, 5.50, 1 plus 0.5%, plus here 120, the price, 1 plus 0.5, so 4.8 or 4.783 plus 104.348. So the value of the common stock is 109.13. Okay, setakat itu ada soalan. Any question? Boleh ikut? Okay. K itu I. Interest. Ataupun required rate of return. Return. Okay. K itu simbol return ataupun required rate of return. Ataupun I lah. Ataupun kadang-kadang dipanggil interest rate. Okay, jawab soalan ni. Common stock expected to pay 85 cent dividend next year. Dividend next year. Dividend next year. And the market price projected to be 40.50 if the investor required rate of return 11%. What is the current value of the stock? And then the second one, if you intend to purchase common stock, 50 ringgit, hold for 1 year, and then sell after dividends paid 6 ringgit, how much will the stock price have to appreciate you to satisfy your required rate of return 15%? Okay, berapa? Ingat kita dalam single holding period. Kita masih dalam single holding period. Apa maksud single holding period? We only buy and hold the common stock for 1 year. For only 1 year. Single holding period, kita beli dan kita simpan untuk setahun je lah. Berapa jawapannya tu? Untuk soalan 1. Alright, 39.0. 0.06. Okey, soalan 2. Tadi macam dah ada bagi jawapan tadi. Berapa soalan 2? Dekat belakang tu we just use 2 decimal point. Okay, kita guna 2 tempat perpuluhan. Biasanya kita akan guna 2 tempat perpuluhan lah. Okay, the second one is 48. Forty-eight point seven. Okay, 48.7. Boleh? Okay, dah pandai dah. Green, Anis. Apa lagi? Lukman, Chiu Yong Kang. Okay, right. Thank you very much. Okay, kita tengok sikit. Apa maksud multiple holding period? Kalau tadi single holding period, we only buy and hold the share only for 1 year. But if we buy and hold the share more than 1 year for many years, okay, to the infinity, okay, to the infinity, atau kita panggil di sini the perpetuity, okay, for the many years lah. Maknanya sama ada selagi syarikat itu wujud, okay, as long as the company exists. So the common share also exists. Itu maksud the perpetuity. Okay. Itu maksud multiple holding period. Maknanya kita beli hari ni, we buy the share for today, and then we hold for many years. Selagi mana antara dua lah. Okay, antara dua, sama ada syarikat itu mati dulu atau pembeli saham yang mati dulu. Okay, bukan kita lah pembeli saham. Pembeli saham yang mati dulu. So bila kita mati, so kita pun tak tahu bila kita mati. So itulah yang kita panggil perpetuity. We cannot determine exactly the time period. Okay, itu maksudnya the perpetuity. So common growth model where the common stock dividend grow at the constant rate every year. Okay, kita mengandaikan bahawa kadar pertumbuhan dividen adalah constant sepanjang tahun. Okay, so the formula is D1. Siapa boleh faham apa maksud D1 ini? Siapa tahu apa maksud D1? Tadi saya ada gariskan perkataan D1. Apa maksud sebenarnya D1 itu? Dayah tengok balik Dayah. Dayah tengok balik. Apa soalan tadi? Okay, tengok balik. Ada satu perkataan keyword di situ. Saya nak perkenalkan anda salah. Tak betul. Yang kan kita tengok balik apa perkataan yang saya garis tadi. Apa perkataan yang saya garis tadi? What is the keyword? Kita belajar keyword saja kan. Okay. Lain. Teka. Saya tak mau pergi in detail. Cuma buat perkenalan saja, multiple holding period. Apa perkataan D1 tadi? Apa keyword bagi D1 tadi? Okay, expected to pay. Ada satu perkataan lain. Okay. Ini perkataannya. Thank you, Hidayah. Next year dividend. Okay. Next year dividend. Kalau nampak Hidayah tulis apa itu? Next year dividend. Dividend for the next year. D1. Okay. D1 the expected dividend for the next year dividend. Next year. Keyword here is next year. Apa keyword dia? Next year. Okay, K ni macam tadi lah, required rate of return. And G is the growth. Okay, G adalah growth rate. G ini adalah growth rate. D is the next year dividend. And K is the required rate of return for common stock, KCS. So, tengok ni. Kenapa saya tegaskan tadi perkataan next year dividend tadi? Stock recently paid RM5. Paid, apa maksud paid di sini? Paid di sini sudah membayar. Telah pun membayar. Have been paid. Okay. Recently paid. Anda tengok perkataan sini ya, paid ya. Recently paid. RM5 dividend. The dividend is expected to grow 10%. What would we willing to pay? Ini perkataan pay. Here is the paid. If your required rate of return PGP stock is 15%. D1. Macam mana nak dapat D1 ini? D1 equal to D0 1 plus G. D1 equal to D0 1 plus G. So sama juga RM5 here. Next year, dividend next year. 1 plus 0.1. So D1 equal to the 5.50. Dekat tu boleh ikut? 5.50. So yang bawah tu sama lah. 15% minus 10%. So equal to 101 ringgit. 110 ringgit. Sorry, 110 ringgit. Sekejap lagi kita tengok ni. Okay, saya akan ulang balik benda ni in the next class. Okay, thank you very much for today. We're going to continue in the next class.